Third Phase of Moon, Blake Cousins, welcome back everybody. We got a special report for you today. We're going to be going to Utah and investigate what was seen by the Fire Department of Land Management while they're out there doing some survey of bison. They notice something on the ground. They land their helicopter and approach something that seems out of this world, a steel monolith. What are we looking at? Well, before we get to this, we also have a report that I did a Zoom moments ago with Phillip, an astronomer who's possibly captured an out-of-this-world battle around our sun via his telescope that he built with his own hands. Let's just get to it right now. Here's my interview with Phillip via Zoom. We're zooming right now with Phillip all the way in South Africa. He's an astronomer. He's built his own telescope, and right now he's pointing it directly at the sun, and he's been capturing anomalies. Apparently, there might be a war going on next to the sun. We've seen the massive evidence coming in from NASA via SOHO that shows evidence of interstellar craft, in my opinion, that harnesses energy from the sun. Is this what we're looking at from Phillip, who's captured some anomalies? Welcome to the show. What's going on over there in South Africa? How did you get started with this, and what are you discovering?
A few years ago, I was converting my little telescope to see the sun, and the first day I noticed a ship at the sun. I recorded it later. I call it the Eiffel Tower ship. It's also on my site, and since then I got the urge to have a proper recording of the sun and what's going on around the sun. I never believed in this UFOs, but that day I saw a massive ship, and that ship is still there till today. And I started to build telescopes. This is actually my third telescope I'm finishing now, and it seems to be that I got great success now, and I will be able to record more of the scenes.
So let me get this straight. You're saying right now, apparently from your astronomy and your telescope, you're seeing a craft that is stationary next to the sun right now?
I couldn't see on the sun before. I used like welding glass as a filter. So the sun's surface wasn't always available for me to see. I ordered a filter that I can actually see the sun's surface, and that is the whole idea: is to see the sun's surface and see them docking at the sun. And I think I will be able to succeed.
What are the implications? Because right now, I haven't ever spoken with you until just a few moments ago. We're doing this live right here at Third Phase of Moon, and you're sharing me some evidence, and you've built this incredible telescope that's pointed directly at the sun. The implications behind this, what do you think people might say that these are maybe just particles within our atmosphere, and it has nothing to do with interstellar space or space in general next to the sun? How do you figure that these are craft next to the sun itself?
Yeah, I know. I got that quite a lot, and it makes you miserable because you see the things and you try to be honest and you don't want to mislead the people, and the people don't believe it. This is quite frustrating. I've been studying the ships for years now, and I've done quite a few amazing recordings that I put on my site, and the people don't believe it. It is. I know it is quite frustrating at times.
So how do we prove it? How do we prove that there is a extraterrestrial craft the size of Earth? Some people state that these craft are massive. If they're that large and you're picking it up on your telescope, how large do you think these craft are?
I measure one ship that I'm watching now for years now, and it's the size of Jupiter. I took one of NASA's pictures where they got all the planets in line with the sizes and everything, and I enlarge my sun until I get the same size, and I discovered that this ship is actually the size of Jupiter.
So is it within our solar system? And why aren't other astronomers picking up on this, or are they not looking in the right place?
The first time I saw the ship was actually NASA in 2000, I think it's 2011. I was watching NASA site for the sun and so on, because I've been always interested in the sun, and I saw the ship in 2011 docking at the sun, and I was amazed. I never thought that I would be able to see it. And what's strange enough, you post a site a video. I see they took it down. You remember the craft that hit the sun and slide over the surface of the sun and got altitude again and disappear? That ship is
Absolutely.
actually the same ship that I've been studying for years now.
So let me get this right. We've seen a lot of evidence via NASA and their SOHO imagery, and we're sharing some of that now with these craft that look like they're harnessing energy from the sun. They remain stationary. Sometimes they zoom past it. Is this what you're thinking, that you're capturing Earth size or Jupiter size craft that are at war next
Yes,
to the sun?
yes, definitely. Uh, they uh, I can't figure out why exactly the argument go for. I think it's more territory. The I think there's like a law there that you can't just come and dock and take fuel out of the sun. There might be some things you had to go through, and I got the feeling that this one ship didn't got permission to go and dock there, and that upset the whole setup there, and that's why the fight started, and yeah, and it was quite a problem because they keep on chasing around the sun, and other ships that was there were getting nervous, and even the ship that I was been watching for years is a massive thing, and he actually reversed backwards from the sun just to get out of the way. I've been taking photos from the whole video, so I can see it more in depth. And I'm halfway, and I already got 200 photos I took to enlarge, see what's happening, and so on.
So, Philip, this is incredible because apparently you're capturing evidence of a war going on within our solar system between different factions of alien races that are trying to basically take the energy from the sun or harness it in their own way. There's a war going on. This is incredible. So, let me say this, Philip, because you might be named as a person that discovered this, like how they name comets after people or astronomers discover things. You may be named as this craft, like you discovered this craft. Or do you have a name for some of these craft? Are you like seeing individual types of
I've
these?
the one that I've been watching. The first time when I saw it, it looked like a Eiffel Tower. So I just named it Eiffel Tower ship, and now that name is stuck. It's more or less the shape of the Concorde. It got four rocket boosters at the back, like almost like NASA's ships, but it's big. You can shove Venus in one of those outlets, and yeah. So the other ships, I've recorded one ship flying into the sun and explode. I've there's a ship that I think it's also there in this video that I've recorded before. It got like a boomerang shape. So there's various shapes. If you are interested, you can look on my site. I've put videos for the last few years about the ships that I've recorded at the sun.
But Philip, it's interesting. I'm so happy that you reached out to us and we're talking right now. We've never spoken before. You just reached out moments ago, and now we're sharing this to the world. So let me ask you this: Is there are you able to decipher like an offense and defense with these craft next to the sun?
At this stage, it's a little small. I haven't tuned in the telescope yet. I've only done it now, and it's very rainy now, so I can't see the sun. Uh, but I hope that I can, in the future, give more detailed prescriptions and videos of the ships. And yeah, at this stage, I know the video is very small because it still need to be zoomed in properly, and I'm very anxious for the sun to come out to go and test it. And yeah, we all very excited. A lot of people are waiting for this.
Absolutely. That's what we were all waiting right here at Third Phase Moon. Philip, I appreciate it. Who knows? Maybe this is history in the making. I'm so glad you reached out to us with your discovery, and we will find out. We'll find out if your theory is right. You're capturing the evidence. You got this incredible telescope. You keep in touch. Get me all the evidence that you got so far, and we're going to follow up on this. You keep in touch.
We'll do so. It's very nice to join your group. I adore your group. I've been watching for you for many years. Thank you very much.
Guys, I want to get your thoughts. What do you think is going on around our sun? Has Philip captured something within his telescope that could be some kind of extraterrestrial war around our sun? Incredible images. We're going to be keeping updated with Philip in South Africa. Once the skies clear up, maybe he'll get a good vantage of the sun again. And who knows, maybe these craft are still there. So stay tuned for that report. But let's go out to Utah. What's going on over there? Is this a monolith? Something otherworldly that planted it out in the desert by itself? The news reports in the area have gone ballistic.
In the middle of the southern Utah wilderness, it immediately caught the eye of state officers as they passed overhead.
It was an object so mysterious it compelled them to land. But what on earth is it?
That's what everybody wants to know. What the heck is it? Where did it come from? Who put it there, or what? The fire department and the people that were there still have no idea exactly what this is.
These guys aren't exactly ancient astronaut theorists trying to figure it all out. They're just state workers trying to do a job, but they definitely found something that appears to be out of this world.
Is this object, this monolith, out of this world? Well, from what we're trying to find out from land management, I was able to get somebody on the phone out of Utah. A fireman picks up the phone. Listen up.
Station 1, this is Firefighter Harwood.
Hey, how's it going over there?
Good, how's it going over there?
Pretty good. I'm calling from Hawaii, but, I have a channel. Well, it's in regards to the UFO phenomenon, but I'm getting a lot of people calling me up today saying you got to take a look at this story that came out in Utah from your fire department in regards to a pilot that was out there doing a routine mission in his helicopter and then noticed like this monolith in the desert out in the middle of nowhere, and people are wondering what the heck's this all about. I'm trying to get in touch with Brett Hutchin, the pilot that noticed it, but maybe you could give me some information. Did you hear about this story that kind of broke last night?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, there's a couple pilots. They're out there in the desert looking for bison or doing some study, and then noticed this thing that looks like something straight out of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like this, still monolith in the middle of the desert.
It's probably aliens.
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. That's exactly.
Yeah, I bet it was. I don't know who the pilot was. We don't have pilots here.
Yeah.
But we just try fire engines. But yeah, I mean, you could try calling like the airport. They have helicopter pilots over there.
Would it be the fire department helicopter division? Because that's what I'm trying to get in touch with. Any idea how you could?
We don't have a helicopter with the fire department. You can call the Bureau of Land Management. They have the wildland firefighters. They might have a helicopter, but we're city firefighters. We're structure firefighters. So we don't have helicopters here.
Gotcha. So I'd look for. Would you have any phone number for the land reserve?
I don't. I would just Google Utah Bureau of Land Management or Utah Wildland Firefighters.
Utah Wildland Firefighters. Okay, hey, we'll give it a shot. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, it might be alien. That's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, hey, thanks a lot.
Well, have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. Bye. He said it was alien, so I don't know if was he joking around or not, but it's interesting. Utah Land Fire Management. We'll try and give it a shot.
We reached out to the land management of Utah, but they're closed up right now. But here is a quick report from the pilot who managed to see this. Brett Hutchins explains.
There's this thing back there. We got to go look at it.
The crew had spotted an object of unknown origin.
They do have a sense of humor. They don't know exactly what it is. They think that it could be maybe some kind of artwork display, but they are cautious as they approach the anomaly.
The intrepid explorers go down to investigate the alien life form.
When you look at it, it stands out like a sore thumb. Is this some kind of massive hoax, an artist's display? It's interesting on how massive this thing is. It wouldn't be very simple to put this out there. This thing seems embedded in the sand.
I would say it's probably between 10 and 12 feet high.
It's just wild.
We're kind of joking around that if one of us suddenly disappears, then I guess the rest of us make a run for it. So.
Yeah, you never know when you're approaching something that is out of place, out of this world. You would never maybe want to put your guard down. You never know. You could be taken. What is this thing? What is its purpose? The land management, the pilots, the crew, they get around this thing, manage to take some cool photos of the area and the anomaly itself.
Says it didn't look like it was dropped there. It was firmly planted into the ground.
We're like thinking, okay, is this something like NASA stuck up there or something? You know, are they bouncing satellites off it or something?
Could this be some kind of satellite beacon, something to enhance satellite communications? I've never seen anything like this. I don't know about you guys. Have you seen any kind of telecommunications device that resembles anything like this silver or platinum monolith that stands out like a sore thumb in the middle of a desert in Utah? It's very interesting indeed. It really does resemble the 2001 Space Odyssey movie. Is this the comparison? Is this a big joke, or is this something that's still unexplained?
I'm assuming it is, you know, some new wave artist or something, you know, or somebody that just is a big 2001 Space Odyssey fan.
So as we're reaching out to all the departments in Utah in regards to the fire department, land management, we've left numerous of phone calls, and we're hoping to hear back from the officials themselves to give us an explanation. Maybe let us have the coordinates to this area. Maybe we could keep it to ourselves, not to create some kind of mass congregation to this thing. It is dangerous. The area has its own dangers. You could fall off cliffs. There's snakes. There's all kinds of hazardous things, dehydration. But this is what they say in regards to the location itself, coming in from the report in Utah.
The crew asked us to be especially vague about where this was. Not a conspiracy. They're just worried about people going out to try to find it and getting stuck.
They're afraid of people injuring themselves as they go out to search for this thing, but I would think that they should have an answer for us pretty soon, whether this thing is extraterrestrial in origin, man-made. How was it embedded into the surface itself? It's an amazing thing.
It just was kind of unusual. I have to admit that's been about the strangest thing that I've come across out there in all the years of flying.
I got Brent here. We're looking over these photographs, and Brent, what do you make of this? You don't see any kind of like footprints that lead to this thing? Who left it there? It seems like it came down from the sky.
Yeah, Blake, I was thinking the same thing. How in the world would they get this thing there? Was it lifted in by helicopter? Or, if you can imagine, did this thing just surface from beneath the ground? That would be super amazing. We need to look into this a little bit further. I'm wondering, what kind of metal is this? Is this platinum, as you say, or stainless steel, or some sort of otherworldly material? It's hard to say. I'm looking at it. It looks stainless steel to me, and I'm wondering, are there rivets? Are we seeing rivets that are cut into this thing? Could it just be man-made? Somebody's piece of art, just trying to pull a fast one. But then again, why would this just be left out in the middle of the desert, really where you could only see it is by air? It's pretty cool, to say the least.
Yeah, you would think if you're an artist, you'd want to have your art be seen by people, but this was like a chance by the pilot just to see a glimpse of the reflection as he's flying in the area and managed to notice this thing. It's almost like a needle in the haystack. If you weren't having a keen eye out there, who knows, maybe this still would have not been discovered until years later, or who knows if ever. This is very interesting. And how long has it been there? We're not seeing any kind of patina on this thing, erosion, rust, whatever. It's in pristine condition, and the elements out there could be pretty harsh, so you would expect some deterioration of the metal, but we're not seeing any of this. It's in pristine shape. Again, we're going to be following up on what this is all about. I'm sure maybe they might not give us an official word, but we wanted to get this out to you. I want to get your guys' opinion. If you've been out to the Utah desert, you've come across this thing, maybe you guys could share this with us and we could find out exactly what this is. Either way, it's really important. I want to thank everybody for everybody joining us on the live premiere on YouTube right now. All the support, you guys, intelligent comments below. You guys rock. Let me tell you, some of the best fans around the world are right here at Third Phase Moon. People are having an open mind lately, and I think it's important that this community grows bigger. Something's going on above our skies, and we got to figure it out. Again, thanks everybody for joining us. This is Blake Cousins. We'll see you real soon. And make sure, if you didn't get a chance, to watch our latest interview in Scottsdale, Arizona. Richard Giordano from GoofOn and Doc Skinner from 1028 Productions managed to catch up with Dr. Greer in regards to his new documentary that's out for free on Amazon Prime. Check it out. The link's below. It's an incredible bombshell of an interview. Be safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.